Hi. So I just spent the last, I don't know, 45 minutes making an amazing vlog post, only to discover I didn't have my earbud microphone hooked up. So starting over, how many things in life are like that? Speaking of things in life, so my last vlog entry was all about reporting that my relationship, this marriage with Robin, was coming to an end. That was June 1st, we made that joint decision. And this is June 11th. So this is day 11 of all that. And my gosh, I wish I don't remember half the things I said because it was totally off the cuff. So I'm just going to go with it for here. I know right now I look pretty upbeat, right? But it's been tough and it's been real and it's been real tough. Lots of emotions all over the place for me, for him. And I'm going to let him speak for himself. I'm going to let my next vlog entry be me interviewing him about what's going on and the process that we are taking together to do this uncoupling. In fact, the name of the process is the Conscious Uncoupling. It's written by Katherine Woodward Thomas. She's the same author of Calling in the One. So she manifested her husband and then had a baby and wrote this best-selling book that Oprah just so happened to find. And if Oprah just so happens to find your book, it's going to be a bestseller. And their life was just a runaway success. And then 10 years later, they got a divorce. And that kind of messes with your whole PR if you're the woman who's about calling in the one and now you're getting a divorce. So she and her husband, she calls him, created a process called conscious uncoupling, which is all about taking ownership of what happened in the relationship, what's happening in the breakup, and consciously uncoupling, going from the two being one to that oneness becoming again two. How to go from being a couple to being individuated, autonomous human beings in a way that is compassionate and kind and conscious. Because most of us don't have good breakups. And then what happens is we carry the residue from that breakup and the relationship into our next relationship or our life as a whole. And there are so many people who never get over, whether it's pain or longing or dysfunction in some kind of a way. So this is all about intentionally looking at what happened, what went wrong, what are the patterns, when have you done this before, what keeps happening in your relationships, so you're set free to be you, whether that's to remain being single or to connect with another person who matches functional you, not dysfunctional you, because we got to upgrade that, folks. We need to level up in the whole relationship dynamic. We don't want to keep drawing people who match our persona. We want to become who we truly are so we can match someone who matches who we really are. Makes sense. But that takes some work. The relationship, the intimate relationship, is the crucible for doing the deepest kind of work that we have to do. It alone, in my experience, gets to the heart of what you don't want someone to look at. Someone who goes in there into the depths of you and pokes around and finds your triggers and the wounds and the traumas and brings them screaming and raging to the surface where you can look at them and hopefully to resolve them so you can get over them, not just bypass them, not just repress them, not just deny them, not just avoid them, not just numb them out, but really get to the other side of them, to the life that's waiting for you. So we're going through this process, and there's been some irony. Yeah, irony galore. So the major reason why Robin and I are not working, despite our friendship, despite great love for each other, despite really caring about each other, and despite working really, really hard for the past 6 years of our almost 7-year relationship to make this work, we keep hitting up against this basic incompatibility about what we each want out of an intimate relationship, so that his needs weren't being met and my needs weren't being met, and we're loving each other enough to let each other go so that we can get our needs met. Not an easy thing, not a painless thing. And I'm okay right now because I put makeup on and I don't want to cry it off again. But I've done a lot of crying. I've done a lot of emoting altogether. So the irony, some of the ironies that are coming up. In this relationship, me being the monogamous one who wants the really deep one-on-one bond with one person and to go really deep with that one person, that requires that there be certain boundaries about outside relationships. Robin's need is to connect with all of the people in his life, friends, ex-lovers, people who've meant something to him that still matter to him. So his boundaries are different. And our boundaries haven't meshed, and this is the primary reason. So I've spent most of this, I'd say most of the past 6 years, being really afraid of the day when he would come home and let me know that he was feeling some strong feelings for someone and was possibly falling in love with them. I didn't want to be replaced. It's one of my core wounds in my life, is being replaced by somebody. And I didn't want to have that happen because I couldn't stay in a relationship as a monogamous woman if someone is falling in love with someone else. So Robin's fear would be that he could no longer express himself, that he would have to be only in a relationship with me, and he wouldn't be able to express the parts of himself that want to deeply connect with friends, as well as with a primary partner. One of the ironies is that on the day that Robin and I broke up, a man came into my life expressing his desire for a monogamous relationship, and he was frustrated with how things were working in his previous relationship. He was telling my story and expressing my needs only out of his life's experience. And this uncanniness got our attention, and we began talking, and there has been something undeniable building. The irony of that the monogamous woman would start to feel feelings for another man while consciously uncoupling from a partnership where I wanted to have a monogamous relationship. Yeah, the universe is just kind of weird. And I could have never allowed any kind of conversation to begin happening if I didn't already know in my mind and my heart and in my gut that I had the clarity that this was over. The clarity that I'd asked for years, I finally got on June 1st. And it's been conflictual to have this morass of emotions, the grieving and yet the relief of the clarity, and something getting my attention that's building here, something that a few months ago I said out loud to the universe, this is what I want in a relationship. I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. All things that are meeting unmet needs in my life. And I was very willing for that to show up, whether it would be Robin or somebody else. I just knew these were things I needed, and I could no longer deny myself, things that my soul wants to express in this lifetime, soul purposes that I don't want to go to the end of my life and have these needs unfulfilled and these desires unmet and this longing to do what I want to do with my soul's purpose left undone, my song unsung at the end of my life. So I've had to be very open about that. And that's been painful for me to express and for him to receive. I'm trusting as always in my soul's purpose. It's what's gotten me through everything in my life from 2004 when I had a Kundalini experience that exploded me out of my former marriage and Christianity. It's gotten me through everything. And I'm trusting it to get me through this. But yeah, it's painful and ironic. You know, it's kind of like karma wants you to know how the other one felt. So now I get to feel how Robin felt, having the longing to connect to somebody who was meaningful and couldn't. And he gets to feel how I felt with the fear of being replaced by somebody. And the truth is, none of us are replaceable. We're all unique. The truth is, we each need to have our relationship needs met in a different way than the other. So, life is messy, and life can be brutal, and life can be beautiful. And I'm choosing to consciously uncouple from this man that I've loved for 7 years and have worked my ass off, as he has, for this relationship to work. Even as I'm saying yes to whatever the universe has for me to explore. And I know there will be those people out there who will say, yeah, they're breaking up because she went and found somebody else. I haven't even met him in person yet. That's not the case. And I've been wide open about what was happening as it's happening. Even when I wasn't sure what was happening, I just knew something was getting my attention. Something was matching everything I asked for. And I can't not look at that. And I'll let people think what they think. It's okay. Take a number, get in line, form a story about who you think I am and what I'm doing. And I'm good with my own integrity. I know that my relationship with Robin ended. And that's why I was open to even having a conversation with someone about what was going on in their relationship. Yeah, I'm good with me. I am. So we're going through this process. We're on step 1. Step 1 is owning your feelings and feeling them, but not doing the habitual thing of running to your former partner and getting your comfort and your solace from your go-to person, but being the adult in your own life who takes care of the inner child in your own life and listens to them and helps to resolve the emotions that are arising. So when a feeling of fear comes up, let's say I take the stance of the internal adult and I listen to my inner child and I say, "What are you feeling, sweetheart?" And I hear her tell me, "Fear, I'm scared." Oh, yes. I see that you're feeling scared. Yes. What else do you feel, sweetheart? I feel sad, grief. Yes. I see that you feel sad. You're grieving. What else do you feel, sweetheart? I'm angry. I feel anger. Yes. I see that you feel anger. What else do you feel, sweetheart? And on with each emotion, letting it come up and having the adult do the comfort and the soothing, the self-soothing within the one person, so that you're disengaging from this person that you've gone to for however long of time as your resource, and doing that for yourself. It's a way of decoupling, starts the process. And yeah, it's hard and it's painful and it's new and it's scary, but it's important. And then the second part of the process is you ask the child what they need. So, what do you need, sweetheart? I need comfort. I need to be hugged. I need security. I need safety. Whatever it is that comes up. And you tell the child, yes, I see you need that. And you don't rush to fix it or give it to them because you may not know how to do that. I mean, yeah, you can do the whole, self-hugging thing, and that's good. But sometimes you just have to let yourself feel the need and trust that the universe, life itself, will meet those needs. You can also go to desires if you want. Desires are not to be discounted. So there's wanting, right? And the root of wanting is lack. I don't have, so I want. The root of desire, on the other hand, is the seed of fulfillment. So if you have a desire, it is a sacred, holy prompting to be open to the thing that you desire. We deserve to have our desires. We deserve to have them. Deserve may not be the best word. We have the desire because the universe wants to give that to us. It is a soul level fulfillment. So we can do that with our child too. We can also do the Tonglen method. So that's to breathe in the feeling, let it rise up to your heart. So feel, let's say sadness. Breathe it in, fill up to the heart, and then breathe out the blessing for everyone everywhere who is feeling sadness. And there's a lot of that right now. Let's say it's fear. So breathe in the fear up to the heart and then breathe it out, extending out a blessing for everyone who is feeling fear everywhere. And there's a lot of that. And you go on and on with every emotion. So every time you feel an emotion, rather than running to your becoming ex-partner, you go to yourself and you do your own internal work. That's what step 1 is about. And I'm going to have Robin come on with me for the next vlog, and we will talk about how we're doing that, what we're discovering, what we're exploring, what we're going through, our actual, authentic, real, raw, real-time emotions that we're each experiencing at this stage. And then we'll go into step 2 after that. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you being there. Thanks for going through this process with me. Take care. Bye-bye.